Red, leather, yellow, leather. Help me out. Red, leather, yellow, leather. Red, leather, yellow, leather. Red, leather, yellow, leather. Red, leather, yellow, leather. Red, leather, yellow. Oh my God, I can't do this. Red, leather, yellow, leather.
You're looking for a pattern?
Yeah, why am I looking for red, leather, yellow, leather?
As an actor, is you're supposed to not be thinking of what you're sounding like, but
Red,
thinking of what you're supposed to say.
Red, leather, yellow, leather. Red, leather, yellow, leather. Red, leather, yellow, leather. I got it. Oh my God, I'm filming. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Woo! Welcome to your OGFFL Week 8 video show. I had no clue that was filming. I am, of course, your host, your commissioner, Mr. Robert Triano. Welcome, everybody. So we are going to have to say first things first. Congratulations, of course, to Mr. Ramazan for high score this week, his second overall. I'm a little surprised, actually. I for sure thought Joe was going to get it, but hey, Brady throws for 340 and 0 touchdowns. Listen, the Bills' defense is a good pass defense. Not so good against the run, but they didn't do that well. They didn't do that bad, actually, with no Sony Michel. But you know what? Congratulations, Ramazan. You get it any way you get it. You had a dominant week, 160-something points, whatever it was. You deserved it. And like I said, that's your second one overall. It is Halloween, gentlemen, as you see. We just got back home from getting to do some trick-or-treating with baby Ava for the first time. I was, as you can obviously tell, I was, who was I? Uncle Fester. And my lovely lady was Aunt Debbie, so Debbie and Fester from Adam's Family Values, number 2. So we were killing it tonight, grabbing as much candy as we possibly can. But now it's up to the adult candy. We're moving on up. So it is by NATO, gentlemen. It is officially the first bye week with 6 teams on bye. I'm not going to name all of them because I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know most of them. But I'm going to say you guys know, so watch out for your tight ends, your quarterbacks. A lot of teams on bye, so look out for your teams. It's going to be a tough week to kind of on the waiver wire, as we saw. We're going to go into that in a little bit. But let's go around the OGFFL League. We saw the second highest cumulative points in Week 8. So technically this is the Week 9 video show, whatever it is. Week 8 saw the second highest cumulative points, so congrats. This league is absolutely dominating. What that means is, yeah, sure, we're scoring a lot of points, but the teams, we are selecting the starters appropriately. I mean, sure, we can have a lot of players scoring points. My brother this week had 3 guys on his bench scoring over 20 points. He would have won if he played one of them. But this league, it feels like everybody's playing the right matchups. Everyone's playing the right teams. We're just scoring at a dominant pace. If you leave anybody on your bench with a good matchup or with a high score, a.k.a. like me, Isaiah Crowell, 30-something points against Denver, when Denver was it was an okay defense, but you know what? I went with it. I put him on my bench. I would have won. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Things happen. But this league has been dominating with their choices of starters versus bench guys. So keep it going. I love it. I love seeing the high scores. I wanted this when I did the bonus points. I wanted this when I did the high score for the quarterbacks. Maybe a little too high. We'll see about that next year. Maybe going for some rule changes. But for now, I love it. Keep it up. Keep dominating. I love how I mentioned I loved it. Let's go over the what if. What if your commish had your schedule? Well, everybody in the league, I'd be under 500. I'd be better with, I think it's like 4 or 5 teams. I'd be like 3 and 5. But there's 2 people who I would at least be 500. I wouldn't be above 500. We're not going to say that, even though I've got almost 800 points scored in 8 weeks. Actually, I do. I got 800 points. I think 802. I'm averaging 100 points a week. I'd be 4-4 with our buddy Andrew. We knew that because last week I was 4-3, but I would have lost this week. Yeah, he had a tough matchup. And Alex. Alex, surprise, surprise. I thought maybe it would have been Ed. No, Alex. I'd be 4-4 with your schedule as well too. So let's just say some of the top teams there with those points scored, they'd be like 8-0 with your guys' schedule. I'd be 4-4, so I'd be right in the mix of things. It just tells you that it doesn't matter how your team plays somehow. It all depends on your opponent as well. You score high, your opponent scores higher, sucks. 0-1. Score little, like I didn't score 100 points this week, but hey, Alex only scored 70-something points. I got lucky. I got a win. By the way, that's a win. 2-6. Here comes 7-6. I'm calling it. I called it in a newsletter. The comeback of all time. Not the decade, not the year, not the century. Of all time in sports, entertainment, history. It's coming. 7-6, number 6 spot. Speaking of the number 6 spot, if you guys approved the most points after, so the top 5 get their spot in the league, in the playoffs. Number 6 would go to the top scorer of the 7 other teams, so top points scored. I'd only be 28 points behind the 6th spot right now. I am officially at 2-6. I am officially 3 games back of the 6th spot, which Matt holds at 5-3. I got to recover 3 games in the next, 5 weeks? All right, it's going to be a little difficult. Not impossible. I'm not absolutely out of it, but it can happen. But if you guys were to approve that rule change that I brought out there in the preseason, I'd only be 28 points behind 6th place. So this may be a rule that maybe we should consider going into the future to kind of eliminate the bad luckness, so which kind of means that we would get rid of the bad luck award, which we do every year, which I kind of like. It gives me it's a free feeling. That's a bad luck award. I can give it to somebody every year. If we get rid of that, that just means I got to think of another award to give. But if we want to change it, give the real 6th best team, who is probably the one of the top scorers in the league. That's in the bottom 7. The 6th spot, probably the right thing to do, but we didn't vote on it. Well, we voted on it. A lot of people voted no. It was like I think it was like an 8-4 margin, whatever it was. So maybe we'll put it a vote again this year. And I just guys want to think about it. Your commish would only be 28 points behind 6th spot. And around the league, one last thing: the New York Giants, my team, my beloved New York Giants, are the only team in OGFFL defensive scoring to not finish in the top 12 so far this year. Every single defense has finished in the top 12 except for my New York Football Giants, which, by the way, I still don't understand why they call them the New York Football Giants, because they would call it was the Giants were the baseball team that were here in New York. So they get the New York Football Giants and the New York Baseball Giants. There is no such thing as a New York Baseball Giant anymore. So why do we still call it a New York Football Giant? This is obviously the rant show that you guys have been tuning into. But you know what? I still call them the New York Football Giants because that is who they are. They've given me 2 championships in my lifetime. I don't count 1991 because I was 1 year old. I don't remember. Whatever. They've given me 2 championships. I love them to death. I love Eli. I will fight him to the end. He is elite. You cannot spell elite without Eli. There's my rant. Okay. Top waivers of the week. Let's go around the league a little more. Number 1, it's got to be Ryan Fitzpatrick to Miguel for $20. And the reason why it's a good pickup, because you blocked me. I wanted him. I didn't want to spend any money on him, though, because there was another guy who was the number 2 waiver pickup of the week, Mr. Matthew Stafford, who should be a top 12 quarterback rest away. Juicy schedule. Got rid of Golden Tate. Got rid of a receiver, which is not that great for Stafford. He was his comfort receiver there. If he was running in the pocket, he didn't have anywhere to go. He had Golden Tate. He knew he had him. So he's got Galladay. Marvin Jones. We'll go over the trades in a little bit. But I got Stafford, number 2 overall pick. I got him for $0. That's why he's number 2. And honestly, He, along with Amari Cooper, who's going to go off for like 400 yards and like 6 touchdowns this week, are going to ride me to victory over Mr. Miguel. Number 3, I gave it to Josh Adams, who Matt picked up for $6. And I put 3 question marks. And the reason why is, who the hell knows what's going to happen at Philly running back committee? 2 weeks ago, it was Corey Clement. And Wendell Smallwood. They were going to go 50-50. And all of a sudden, this guy Josh Adams comes out of nowhere last week. Gets like 6 carries for 20-something yards. Whatever. Gets 6 carries. Whatever. Clement gets like 16 yards total. All right. No problem. Hey. Going to London. It was a thing. It is what it is. They were up big against Carolina. Clement's injured. They're in a close game. They'll keep him in there. Clement's the real guy. Let him go play Jacksonville. All right, let's play Clement. Should be good. Should be a close game. Get him and Smallwood should be, manageable. It should be all right. Josh Adams leads them in rushing attempts. Who is this guy? Where did he come from? Well, he's West Virginia, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Remember listening to a podcast. But who the hell is this guy? Nobody thought, hey, when what's it called? Jay Ajayi goes down, Josh Adams is the guy to pick up. No, nobody thought. You know what? That's why I put 3 question marks. This guy can either be a total dud. All of a sudden he gets the most carries this week and he doesn't get 4 carries the rest of the season. Or Peterson sees something in him that he's like, you know what? I think we got something here. Let's ride him. Let's put Josh Adams in as more of a starter, getting 10, 12 carries, 2 to 3 catches a game, and let's run with this guy. Let's see what we can get. A little flash in the pan right there. Let's see. Hey, you never know. So that's why I put him number 3. Around the league, let's first go over the injuries. We have, of course, Tyreek Hill is dealing with a groin, so watch out for him this week. He may or may not play. If he doesn't play, big upgrade for Sammy Watkins. Big Ben, broken finger on his non-throwing hand. Discomfort, should be fine. Ronald Jones is going to be out for a couple weeks, so Peyton Barber looks pretty good. Allen Robinson, he may or may not play, still up in the air. Look out for him. Kenny Stills, that's a bigger factor, more on like Danny Amendola and Devontae Parker. CJ Beathard may not play, so watch out for the Oakland defense, guys. If they're available, go pick them up just in case, because I don't think they're going to play Tom Savage. They're going to play this Mullen kid at quarterback if Beathard can't go. So watch out for the Oakland defense this week, guys. And Melvin Gordon, still dealing with that hammy. He's running well, but they want to be cautious for him, so watch out for that. And, of course, we got the trades, guys. Demaryius Thomas to Houston, which is good for Demaryius. I believe he's going to get a better quarterback and a better throwing system. Not so well for Kiki QT, who was supposed to be the big waiver pickup this week. He'll still be okay, but I think this could be a positive for Demaryius Thomas more than he was in Denver. Golden Tate going to Philly. Not so great for let's go back to Denver. Positive for Sutton. That pick may look really, really well now. Ramiro going forward. Michael Thomas and Sutton, it could be like your number 1, number 2 wide receivers for a couple of years now. And then we're looking at Detroit. Golden Tate goes to Philly. Kind of a downgrade for probably all the receivers there. Alshon Jeffrey probably stays the same, but downgrade for Tate. Downgrade for obviously Nelson Aguilar, who was terrible anyway. And then you're going to get upgrades, obviously, for Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay there. Maybe even Kerryon Johnson if Theo Riddick can't come back. Kerryon Johnson should do well with Golden Tate out because he was a safety blanket. Any other big ones? Of course, we had Amari Cooper a couple weeks back. You had the defense, Fowler, and then Clinton Dixon. All those are the 2 big ones. So that's kind of it. That's your trades, guys. Look out for those players. Look out for the slot receiver in Detroit. I think somebody might have picked him up. If not, it might have been another league. I think it's B. Powell. I may be mistaken by that, but look out for the other slot receiver in Detroit because Stafford does like that slot receiver, the safety blanket. If it's not going to be the running back, it's going to be the other slot receiver, so look out for them in Detroit. And to finish off here, guys, I know I actually went a little longer than I wanted to. Have a little fun. Have a little fun. It's Halloween. It's a little crazy. Last night was mischief night. No eggs. No toilet paper on the yard. Thank God. When I get my own house, I'm going to make sure there's a front porch in the front of the house. Just going to what am I going to get? A paintball gun. Just snipe kids as they come by. Can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. Unless I live out in like a farm somewhere and nobody comes around. Whatever. Hey, you guys can come around. We'll watch some Sunday football on my farm. But to finish off, TD percentage. Who's going in the wrong direction? That's our buddy Ed. He's at the lowest TDs in the league, tied for the lowest TDs, and he's middle of the pack for percentage points scored based on TDs compared to total points. So Ed's going in the wrong direction, as you see that in the standings, as he's now 11th. I'm one game behind Ed, but kind of dominating him in points scored, as he's not even scored 700 points. I've scored 802. So one more game for him to lose and one more game for me. I'll be chopping him off. And he is quickly on his way to a 4th toilet bowl trophy in the last 5 years, or 4th in the last 6. There's a reason why we named it after Ed. And who's going in the right direction? I gotta keep saying this name every week. I know I mentioned Rich and Mark last week, but Ramazan, every single week, you're second in most total touchdowns scored this week for your team in your starting lineup. But your percentage just continues to lower every single week, so you're scoring more and more points. So you're scoring more touchdowns. You're continuing that trend, and you're scoring more points on yards as well. So Ramazan's team is, I hate to say it, we've never had a back-to-back in this league. Joe may be first overall right now in the standings, and he's dominant the last 4 weeks. He's the hottest team, as you'll see in the newsletter coming out Saturday. But no team right now has a better chance, in my opinion, to explode more than we've seen. We see Joe, he's had a good 4 weeks. I can see Ramazan, as we saw this 166-point game this week, whatever it was, 160-something points, just continue that trend. And we've never seen that before. I can see that coming from this team. It is that good. I hope there's not a duplicate champion this year, as I'm still hoping I can win. But we've never seen it. It's going to happen one year. I'm hoping it's me. I want to be the first for everything. I'm selfish like that, you know. That's what it is. We're all selfish at some point. But I can see there's a really good chance Ramazan's going to make the playoffs. And if you make the playoffs, there's always a chance no matter what. Just make it, and you got a chance. Your other opponent can do nothing while your team takes it all the way to the promised land. That's it, gentlemen. Have a great evening. Have a great Halloween, as I almost dropped my scotch, as we've gone from Wine Wednesday to Scotch Wednesdays now. The adult candy, it's absolutely delicious. This was 18 minutes. This was absolutely way too long, but a lot of fun. I will see you guys hopefully soon. We'll get a big get together, as Miguel and I have a big bet this week. $20 on the matchup, guaranteed. Beers in my throat, down to my stomach. I cannot wait. Have a great evening. I will see you all soon. Like I said, hopefully. And you know what? Let's go. 7-6. Here we come.